Okay, so hi ladies. Thank you so much for speaking with Blavity today. I am super duper duper excited. So, as we all know, any Whitney fan should be familiar with a concert for South Africa, which was released in 94 on HBO, but now we have another iteration of the concert that is being released in theaters. I know that it was released on the 23rd, and the final day is actually going to be this Sunday, and you guys are featured in it obviously as dancers. You guys go by the name of Mecca. So I thought it would be fun to chat with some people who participated in this project. So I will start with you, Carolyn. Okay. Now, Whitney revealed in the HBO special that you guys were initially Bobby Brown's dancers, but she asked to borrow you for tour and then obviously this show. So, what was your initial reaction to that?
My initial reaction to that was it was amazing just to, just that Whitney even looked at us like that. Like she saw something in us that she wanted to be a part of her show. I think we brung like we all from New York, so Brittany's from New Jersey, so it was like a little camaraderie right there. And we did things when we danced with Whitney. We did things like to show her, like like how she could be. How they used to say Whitney was rhythmless nation, but we brung stuff to Whitney. Like Whitney was not rhythmless nation. She had the wrong people dancing around her. So when she got around us, she felt like, oh my God, yo, they fly. Like, yo, they like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so that was the thing that it was really nice that she even thought of us in that way, in that manner, to bring us to the table and to do certain things with her. My first encounter with her was doing an I'm Every Woman video. Actually, I don't even know how this happened, but she called me and Marilyn, and we ended up doing that video with her as well. And then that's how like it started to build up, that how we ended up being her dancers. But I think that she just thought all of us was mad cool. We was on, we could talk to her. We could talk to her and say, when you don't like them shoes, we were shopping with her. We were like, I don't like. She was like, oh girl, I don't care, but because that was her style. But it was just like a camaraderie that we built up with her, and she really wanted us to be down with her, and she made it happen.
Now, you guys were already on tour when you got the news about the South Africa concert series. What was the preparation for this specific set of shows different versus other shows that you guys had done? Marilyn, I'll ask that to you.
Oh, I guess preparing for this concert was huge for us. I mean, we're going out of the continent, first of all. We had to get a lot of shots. Not my favorite part. And rehearsals were like, what would you guys say, like 3 weeks, 4 weeks of rehearsals in New York at SIR Studios?
At
I think
least four, at
right,
least four or more. Mhm.
4 weeks. And it was, I think we were all so excited just to perform for our people, to just go home and just represent Whitney. So it was exciting, exhilarating, and hard work, but it all paid off.
Now, you guys were also listed as choreographers. This is something I actually spoke with Shane about previously, but I did not know that. I just assumed that back in the day, especially then, everybody had a choreographer for their own show. But when I interviewed Shane a while ago, she told me that you guys did this whole thing yourself, which was very impressive. Was it always that way, or did a choreographer end up coming in? How did that actually come to be? Shane, I'll start with you, and then I actually would like everybody to chime in on this.
Well, that's a great question. It's a question everyone asks. I went to see the movie Wednesday night when it premiered with my husband, and the first thing he asked is, "Did you all do all this choreography?" And I'm like, "We did all of the choreography, okay? We did all of this, we did all of that." I think we've always done all the choreography for all the artists that we work for. He said, "So did one person do?" I said, "It was a collaboration." He was like, "How does that work?" I'm like, "It just works for us. One person will put this step here, the other will say, I think this step should go here." And we just worked really well together. The steps came together. it worked well with Whitney. We made the steps easy enough for her to come in, come out, and still hit those high notes.
So it was also a different dynamic. I know we talked about it a little bit offline because you had to work with the four mini dancers. So Salima, I'll ask you, how was that? Was that an adjustment for you all having to teach them, work with them? Obviously, they're younger, so the energy could be a lot different having to work with them on a longer show. What was that like for you all?
It was fun. They caught on to everything. It wasn't like we had to take somebody aside and be like, "Oh my god." Everybody gelled perfectly. It was awesome. They even showed us some things. Like it was just a collaboration. Like Marilyn and Shane said and Carolyn said, it was a collaboration and everybody just gelled. If somebody had a suggestion, let's do it this way or let's do it that way, it was accepted and we made it happen.
They were professionals though. Gigi wasn't just from that, like these kids look like they've been dancing all their lives. And I know they,
Absolutely.
but they look like the type that went to dance school. And so they picked up routines like this. Thank God, because we were pressed for time. You know,
Yes, yeah, we was like, oh my God. We was
yeah,
like, all right, do this, da, 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 da. And they would pick it up. We'd be like, oh
perfect.
shoot.
The perfect people. We chose our little dancers who were our kids.
Yes.
We lost a few. Rest in peace to Fajula and what's the other young lady's name that we lost? She passed away as well. But I love them like they were my own children.
Mercedes, who was my baby, she didn't get to come to South Africa because she had cancer and she was sick. So she didn't get to make that trip, but she did do, I think, the Soul Train Awards with us. She did a couple of different events with us. She did dance with us, but she was the one that wasn't able to make the trip to South Africa. But I want to give her props because Mercedes she was a part of the crew, and it
Yeah,
wasn't four
definitely.
GGs, it was five
Definitely.
GGs, and we have to acknowledge that she was a part of that sisterhood.
Now, earlier, Marilyn touched on the fact that going to Africa was such an emotional situation. Talk to me a little bit about being in the moment on stage, performing. I think I read that it was over 200,000 people over the three concert series that you guys were able to perform with. Did you guys, I'm sure you guys got to meet Nelson Mandela as well. So tell us a little bit about some of the things that happened behind the scenes that really added to the overall experience and the weight of the time. I'll start with you, Carolyn.
Okay, so um, thinking back in my memory, I don't actually remember meeting Nelson, but I do. We have pictures with his wife and their daughter, with Winnie and their daughter. We have actual pictures of that. Credit to Marilyn because she took pictures of everything and everybody, and that's the reason that you see she has on her Instagram page. If somebody's birthday come up, she instantly got a picture with everybody and anybody. That was her thing. But just to be there in that, I remember being there and just saying, we are in the motherland. We prayed, and before we went on stage together, I remember us like holding hands and crying and saying, yo, guys, we in South Africa. Like, this is amazing. Like, we some young ladies from New York, never, well, I think Shane had some more training than any of us, but we were just like real hip hop dancers, like just out here doing what we do. Um, just blessed. And I remember holding hands and crying, and
I
it
promise
might
I
have been
was
the
about
whole
to say
crew,
that.
might have been the band. I just remember us like, yo, we in Africa. Like, we didn't even say South Africa. We were just like, we are in Africa. We're about to do this HBO special with Whitney. Like, she's the biggest singer in the world, and she requested us. She asked us to go on tour with her. Whitney loved us so much. Like, it's not in the movie, but there's a song that they took out the movie that was a part of every show that
Was
we
it My
did.
Name Is Not Susan?
Absolutely.
Yes,
And
that's
it
my
was,
favorite performance in the,
yes.
the
And they took it
concert.
out the show, and Whitney gave us, she entrusted us so much. She loved us so much that she gave us live microphones.
Yep.
And we had to rehearse our little our spots in that thing. And let's give props to Moni Love. It was Moni Love's rap, but
You
we
can
all
already
took
make me
our little
cry.
spots and what we wanted to do. And Whitney said, y'all gonna have a live mic. Like, we were a group. We were Mecca. We almost got signed to Uptown with Andre Harrell. It was like we was like, woo, he was right there, but it didn't happen. But Bobby and Whitney never stopped calling us Mecca, so that was our brand. And at that time, that wasn't really a big deal in those days. But just to say we were in the motherland, I don't think any of us really ever thought we was just gonna go to South Africa and perform with Whitney Houston.
I remember that, looking out at that audience and
Yeah.
seeing all of these people and just embracing us and welcoming us, and just us feeling like you guys said that we're home, we're in the motherland. Woo, girl, I'm getting ready to ball out right now. You know, I'm a crybaby on the low sometimes, but yeah, that was an amazing feeling.
Well, for me, just having Nelson and Winnie Mandela at the show, celebrating a new Africa, a new South Africa. And before that, we got to visit the jail cell that he stayed in. So
Mm.
going from seeing the jail cell to him being at our show, now, back and in charge of South Africa and these new South Africa and blacks and whites and everyone in the first row celebrating. Like, it was just really, really touching. Like they say, it was very emotional.
We were blessed that we didn't just go to South Africa and we stayed in our hotels or resort or whatever we were in. We were blessed that we were able to go and like actually tour different cities in a van with the band, um, how they actually lived there. We saw like the shacks and the people and just the little tin roofs that they had. And then we went to like maybe a mom and pop restaurant to eat authentic food. It was just amazing
That's
just to
what was
be
so great.
there.
Now, this is when I wanted to get into a quick little fire round of questions about just some of the things that you were doing in South Africa or just about you guys in general. So I know that you mentioned, obviously, I peeped it as well, that the My Name Is Not Susan portion was cut out of the concert film. But what was your favorite routine in the show? Shane, I'll start with you.
Um, I enjoyed the I'm Every Woman, the finale. That was fun. And afterwards, we were kind of freestyling and dancing with Whitney. I thought that was a lot of fun. So I'm going to have to go with I'm Every Woman. We felt like we were every woman up there.
Queen of the Night.
Oh, Queen of the Night, yes.
Other one that was, oh no, they did show that one in the movie actually. That was my favorite routine. We did a lot of technical moves. We loved anything that was a little fast paced so that we could really show our moves. So that one was my favorite, Queen of the Night.
I had kind of PTSD from watching Queen of the Night. I think I still have back problems from I'll Make You Drop to Your
Oh, the
Knees.
drops, yes.
To this day, I think
The
I
death
still have
drops.
back problems from dropping to our knees. So, little PTSD watching that routine, but yeah.
And then what about you, Salima, and then you, Carolyn?
Mine was Queen of the Night as well, and My Name Is Not Susan, because that gave us the opportunity really to show our skills and to show that we were versatile, not just dancers, but we were entertainers as well.
And mine was, I'm gonna piggyback off of Selena because there was both of them. Mine was Queen of the Night because I loved that routine. I thought we was fierce, and I thought I was the Queen of the Night, even though I know it was Whitney, but we were queens as well because she picked us and she hand picked us. She could have picked anybody. She picked us, and that's what I loved. And My Name Is Not Susan. That was for her to just like, give us a mic. Whitney Houston gave us a live mic and we killed it.
Yep.
So you guys said that Carolyn was the bossiest. Who was the most likely to change choreography at the last minute?
Marilyn, choreography, she's gonna take over.
Hands down. Hands down.
And we listened.
Who's the
Thank
most
you guys.
who's the most turned up of the crew?
Marilyn was the funniest. She still is. She still is. She brings that energy, and I was right on her back. Everything she did, I was right behind her,
My twin.
cracking up, setting the scene up, whatever it took. Marilyn was that one.
Who was the mother bear of the group?
I'm the oldest. I was the mother bear. I was the mother bear. But me and Shane, we was more like they want to be scoop and scrap. Me and Shane was more like salt and pepper.
Ooh,
Shane was like salt, and I was like pepper. We Scorpios, so we had a whole nother vibe. They be doing all that stuff over there. And me and Shane be like, whatever.
We need a
You
Bloody
know,
Mary and some
we missed a lot.
caviar, right?
Me and Shane probably missed a lot of camera time because we were like, can't be bothered.
Yo,
Now you
we
guys worked so closely with Whitney. What is it that you want her fans to take away from this concert and remember the most about her?
they
she
call her
was,
at her
yeah,
finest, happiest times in life. I think her happiest times was with us. I mean, nothing,
I
there
think
was
so
nothing
too.
better than after the show. She's like, all right, y'all get to the room. Let's put on our pajamas and have cocktails. I mean, it was sitting on the floor, straight just laughing and talking about stuff that we forgot on stage. Or if she tried to do a number, I was like, I saw you. You just changed it up on us. Like,
Like, what was that? Where you get that
but
from?
down to earth. I think people would like to know that she was just a humble, real person who wanted to live a real life. Like just enjoy life and go out, you know?
We just, like Marilyn said, she just was a real person, a regular person. You know, we talk about My Name Is Not Susan, and she introduced us and talked about us being a group. And we really were a group. We were signed to her label and management company that Robin headed. And she would actually give us singing lessons on the bus
Oh
and teach us
my God. I
harmonies. Can
forgot
you
about that.
imagine getting singing lessons from Whitney Houston? She used to actually try to teach us harmonies and stuff. So
So if you guys can just quickly plug in what projects you're working on, anything that you want to promote, that would be great.
So really quickly, I'm a producer and a writer based in Atlanta. I have some amazing projects I'm starting in January, highlighting, focusing on women who are incredible, brilliant, smart, no baddies, all women, stories that are, you know, relevant to the times we're in now, where we're hopefully about to have a new Madam President, and I just want to keep showing stories of incredible women, incredible women. And of course, Bobcat Films, we have 2 Christmas movies coming out
Yes.
holiday season. So look out for that. One on BET and one on OWN. So
I am a realtor in Atlanta. So anybody that needs to buy a house or sell a house, y'all can call me. But I'm also a Delta flight attendant. And I became a flight attendant because I want to go to some of the places that we went in the past that I didn't really get to see or enjoy. So that's my new venture.
Wonderful.
Go
I'm a
ahead, Marilyn.
basketball mom. I got 2 sons that are very relevant in the basketball community. I am a manager in the medical field, and I also have been taking courses in production. I'm completing my labs as of now. I got 2 more to do, like filming with the cameras and lighting and stage management or production management, whatever, however you want to choose it. And I love it. I'm just living life.
And I'm a hairstylist now, and I still feel like I'm in the entertainment business because I see so many celebrities. And on Good Morning America, they highlighted my dance career. So it's been awesome because I dance while I work at my job. I'm also a mother. I have a 17-year-old daughter who's getting ready for college, so I'll be doing that. I have to catch a flight this evening, actually. I have a wonderful husband. We have several businesses in New York City and New Jersey. We have a nightclub in New York, been out for many years. It's called Taj Lounge, Katra, and now the Craftsman. We have a Craftsman Harlem location and a Craftsman New Jersey, and I do all of the social media and decorating and events at the restaurant. So if you're ever in my town, hit me up, DM me if you want to come check out the restaurant. That's what we're doing.
This was amazing. I feel like my whole week has been like a Whitney week with the concert movie, and then I spoke to Ricky last night. I've been talking to Gwendolyn, so this has been fun.